ॐ नारायणं पद्मभुवं वसिष्ठं शक्तिं च तत्पुत्रपराशरं च व्यासं शुकं गौडपदं महान्तं गोविन्दयोगीन्द्रमथास्य शिष्यं श्रीशङ्कराचार्यमथास्य पद्मपादञ्च हस्तमलकल्च शिष्यं तन्तोटकं वार्तिककारमन्यान् अस्मद्गुरून् सन्ततमानतोऽस्मि। श्लोक 18 अव्यक्ताद्व्यक्तयः सर्वाः प्रभवन्त्यः रागमे रात्र्यागमे प्रलीयन्ते तत्रैवाव्यक्तसंज्ञके प्रजापति Virat, who is called Brahma, he also is time bound. In this domain of samsara, you become anything, you attain anything. Whatever you attain, it is not free from anityatva. It is not free from the limitation of time. Therefore, anything that is within this samsara is not worth attaining. The only truth that is free from limitation in time is Paramatma. Therefore, it is worth pursuing Paramatma, pursuing moksha. This is the purport of these shlokas. So, in the previous verse, shloka 16 and shloka 17. In shloka 17, Bhagavan talked about the anityatva of Prajapati also. Anityatva of Prajapati implies anityatva of Brahmaloka. How Prajapati is anitya? Because even Prajapati has a day and a night. Even Brahmaloka has a day and a night. And the days and nights are relatively very long. Compared to our days and our nights, Prajapati's days and nights are very long. So now Bhagavan further explains what happens during Prajapati's day and during his night. Aharagame, when the day comes. Annaha agamaha aharagamaha tasmin aharagame. When the day comes, when the day breaks, Prajapati's day, then all the other beings manifest. See, Prajapati's night, Brahma's night is a kind of pralaya. It is not the Mukhya pralaya, not the Mahapralaya, but it is Avantara pralaya, an intermediate pralaya. And in that pralaya also, all the jivas, they resolve, they go into avyakta, the unmanifest. So, avyaktat, from the avyakta, sarvaha vyaktayaha prabhavanti, all vyaktis, all individuals, all jivas, they manifest. Prabhavanti, they manifest from avyakta. Ratriyagame, when Prajapati's Ratri comes, when it is Prajapati's night, then tatra eva avyakta sanyake praliyante, all vyaktis, all individuals, tatra eva means avyakte eva, in the avyakta, praliyante, they resolve, avyakta sanyake, tatra avyakta sanyake eva, in that avyakta sanyaka only. Avyakta sanyaka means avyaktam sanya, avyaktam iti sanya yasya tat avyakta sanyakam tasmin avyakta sanyake bahuvrihi samasa, whose name is avyakta, unmanifest. So they all resolve into the avyakta. So, see the bhashya, Prajapatehe ahani yadbhavati ratraucha tad uchyate. Prajapatehe ahani yadbhavati. What happens during the daytime of Prajapati? Ratraucha yadbhavati. And what happens during the night of Prajapati? Tad uchyate. It is being said. Avyaktat, avyaktam, prajapatehe, swapavastha, tasmat avyaktat, vyaktayaha, vyajyante iti vyaktayaha, स्थावरजंगम लक्षणाः सर्वाः प्रजाः प्रभवन्ति अभिव्यज्यन्ते अन्नः आगमः अहरागमः
अहरागमः
तस्मिन् अहरागमे
तस्मिन् अहरागमे
काले
काले
ब्रह्मणः प्रबोधकाले
ब्रह्मणः प्रबोधकाले
तथा रात्र्यागमे
तथा रात्र्यागमे
ब्रह्मणः स्वापकाले
ब्रह्मणः स्वापकाले
प्रलीयन्ते
प्रलीयन्ते
सर्वाव्यक्तयः
सर्वा व्यक्तयः
तत्रैव
तत्रैव
पूर्वोक्ते
पूर्वोक्ते
अव्यक्तसंज्ञके
अव्यक्तसंज्ञके
अव्यक्तात् फ्रॉम अव्यक्त अपादाने पंचमी अव्यक्तात् फ्रॉम अव्यक्ता. व्हाट इज अव्यक्ता? भाष्यकार एक्सप्लेन्स अव्यक्ता प्रजापतेः स्वापावस्था. It is the state of sleep of Prajapati. प्रजापतेः स्वापावस्था अव्यक्तम. It is the sleep of Prajapati. So the sleep of Prajapati is nothing but the samashti ajnana, samashti avidya, samashti karana sharira. All of us have a vyashti karana sharira. Then there is a samashti karana sharira. All our karana shariras put together is called samashti karana sharira. So that is avyaktam. When Prajapati becomes a dormant, when Prajapati goes to sleep, that is the state. So tasmat avyaktat, from that avyakta, vyaktayaha, vyajyante iti vyaktayaha. Bhashyakara gives the derivation of vyaktayaha. Vyaktihi, vyakti ikaranta shabda. So vyajyante iti vyaktayaha, that which manifests are called vyaktis. Vyajyante iti vyaktayaha, karma vyutpatti. Yeah. That which manifest is called vyakti. And what are they? Sthavara jangama lakshanaha sarvaha prajaha. All prajas, all beings which are in the form of sthavara and jangama, moving as well as non-moving. Sthavara means non-moving, like trees, etc., and non-moving, moving, like animals, etc. So all prajaha, all jivaha, they are called vyaktayaha. Prabhavanti, abhivyajyante, they manifest. Aharagame, Bhashyakara is explaining aharagame, the vigrahavakya of aharagame. Annaha agamaha aharagamaha. The arrival of the day is called aharagamaha. Tasmin aharagame. During that, Kale. So this is a kala. Aharagama indicates a kala, a time when the day breaks. Then, that means Brahmanaha Prabodhakale. Day means Brahmanaha Prabodhakala. Tatha Ratriyagami. Likewise, during Ratri, when the Ratri comes, what is Ratri? Brahmanaha Swapakale, the time when Brahma goes to sleep. Praliyante sarva vyaktayaha, all vyaktis resolve. Tatraiva means purvokte, what is told before. In that avyakta sanyake, in that avyakta only, everything resolved. Shloka 19. Bhutagramassa evayam
भूतग्रामस्य एवायं
bhutva bhutva praliyate
भूत्वा भूत्वा प्रलीयते
ratriyagame vashah partha
रात्र्यागमेव शः पार्थ
prabhavatyah ragame.
प्रभवत्यः रागमे.
So now here Bhagavan is answering a possible doubt. During Brahmadeva's night, all the jivas resolve, and during Brahmadeva's daytime, all the jivas manifest. Now, the jivas who manifest, are they fresh jivas or are they the same old jivas? Then Bhagavan says, they cannot be fresh jivas. A new jiva is not made any point of time. Jiva is anadi. So, during the Srishti, after the Avantara Pralaya or after the Mahapralaya, the same jivas manifest. If we do not accept the same jivas manifest, instead we accept that fresh jivas are made after every pralaya, then what is the problem? Then Bhashyakara says there are certain problems. We will see that later on. So, Saha eva ayam bhutagramaha. Saha eva, the same bhutagrama which existed in the previous day of Brahmadeva. Ayam, and it is same. Saha eva ayam, that this bhutagrama. Bhutva bhutva. Bhutva bhutva, having taken birth repeatedly many times. Every jiva has taken birth repeatedly many times. It is indicated by bhutva bhutva, having repeatedly manifesting. Avashaha, And in this process of birth and death, the jiva is not free. Avashaha, helplessly, without being independent, because the birth and death of a jiva are decided by its karma. Therefore, avashaha bhutva bhutva ratriagame praliyate. Ratriagame, when the ratri comes, once again praliyate, it resolves, gets into unmanifest. And the same bhutagrama, aharagami prabhavati. Aharagami, when the daytime comes, it manifests. So Bhashyakara introduces this shloka, and while introducing this shloka, he explains the problems, the fallacies that we will face if we accept fresh jivas after every pralaya. Akritabhyagama krita vipranasha dosha pariharartham bandha moksha shastra pravritti safalya pradarshanaartham avidyadi klesha moola karmashayavashacha avashaha bhutagramaha bhutva bhutva praliyate ityatah samsare vairagya pradarshanaarthancha idamaha bhutagrama idamaha. So this is sambandha. So one logical fallacy that we will face if the bhuta is, if the jivas are fresh, new. The problem is akritabhyagama krita vipranasha dosha. We have seen this in Panchadashi. Akritabhyagama means what the jiva has not done before, he will have to receive it. It is called akritabhyagama. Getting the result of what one has not done is akritabhyagama. So if a fresh jiva is born, to have birth, it should have karma. Where will it get the karma? Because it is fresh, it has not done any karma before. Without having any balance of karma, if the jiva takes birth, then it is akritabhyagama dosha, because it is receiving the result of karma which it does not have done, it has not done before. So it is a dosha. So without paying money, you are getting something from the online shopping. Somebody comes and delivers. I have not ordered at all. It is akritabhyagama. So it is a fallacy. There is some problem in the Amazon. So akritabhyagama dosha and krita vipranasha dosha. You have ordered something and it is not coming. You have paid for it, ordered, it is not coming. It is krita vipranasha dosha. What you have paid becomes a waste. Kritasya karmana. If we accept that at the end of every pralaya, all the jivas die, they are dismantled. The jiva is lost at the end of every pralaya or end of every death also. Same thing is applicable to every individual death, and the same thing is applicable to every pralaya. So after the end of this life, or after the end of this cycle, if the jivas collapse, they are gone for good, then krita vipranasha dosha. The karma that the jiva has done in this kalpa, where will that karma go? Because every karma should be paid back. So krita vipranasha dosha, what the jiva has done will be lost without getting the karma, without getting the phala of the karma. So these are the two fallacies that we have to avoid. And to avoid these two fallacies, we have to accept that jiva is anadi. And jiva continues to exist after death as well as after pralaya. So, akritabhyagama krita vipranasha dosha pariharartham. In order to avoid these two doshas, then there is another problem. If we accept that the jiva is gone after death or after pralaya, what is the other problem? Shastra will become useless. Bandha moksha shastra pravritti safalya pradarshanartham. So, bandha moksha shastra. So, here bandha shastra and moksha shastra. So, bandha shastra. So, bandha shastra means the karma kanda. Karma kanda works in the domain of ajnana. That is why it is called bandha shastra. So, it works in the domain of ajnana, the pravritti. And moksha shastra, which is jnana kanda. Pravritti means engaging in these two shastras, following these two shastras. Following these two shastras will become meaningless if the jiva is not going to stay after death or after the kalpa. So, even the karma kanda will become redundant. If my karmas, any good karma is not going to give its phala after death, then I don't have to do the karma. So, karma kanda shastra will become useless. Similarly, moksha shastra. Only if there is another possibility of my continuation after death, I have to work for moksha. If after death I am not going to be there at all, I won't have any existence, then what is the use of making effort for moksha? I am not there means I am not going to be there to enjoy moksha. So that is why moksha shastra pravritti also will become viphala. So bandha moksha shastra pravritti will become viphala if the jiva is not going to be continuous. Therefore, in order to show the saphalya, the purposefulness, saphalya pradarshanartham, in order to show the purposefulness of bandha moksha shastra pravritti, these are the two logical reasons why we have to accept the continuity of the same jivas even after pralaya. So, therefore, in order to avoid the continuity, avoid these two logical fallacies, the jiva is same, the jiva continues to be the same even after pralaya. The same jiva takes birth again and resolves again, and in this process the jiva has no freedom. Avashaha, jiva is avasha. Why jiva is avasha? Avasha means aswatantra. The jiva is helplessly going through cycle of birth and death. So what makes the jiva helpless? Bhashyakara explains, avidyadi klesha moola karmashaya vashat cha avashaha bhutagramaha. So the bhutagrama is avasha because of karmashaya. Karmashaya vashat. Because of karmashaya. Karmashaya means the collection of karma. The accumulated karma is called karmashaya. Karma sangraha, karma sanchaya is called karmashaya. So karmashaya. And what causes this karmashaya? Avidyadi klesha moola. So the karmashaya, the accumulation of karma is because of kleshas. And the klesha are avidya adi, starts with avidya. And here Bhashyakara is referring to a sutra in Patanjali's Yoga Sutras. Avidyasmita ragadveshabhiniveshaha panchakleshaha. The 5 kleshas are listed in Patanjali's Yoga Sutra. Avidya is the first klesha. Klesha means the impurity, the problem that causes samsara is called klesha. All that is responsible for samsara is called klesha. So first klesha listed in Patanjali's Yoga Sutra is avidya. Then second one is asmita. Asmita is the I identification with the mind, with the body. Asmita. Then ragadvesha, likes and dislikes. Raga is the third klesha, dvesha is the fourth klesha. And the fifth one is abhinivesha. Abhinivesha means clinging to, holding on to life is called abhinivesha. Holding on to life, clinging to life is called abhinivesha. So these are 5 kleshas. And these 5 kleshas, they are responsible for karma, karmashaya, the accumulation of karma. So avidyadi klesha moola karmashaya vashat, because of that bhutagramaha avashaha, the bhutagrama is avashaha, it is helpless. And bhutva praliyate, it takes birth repeatedly and resolves repeatedly. Ityataha, because of this reason, samsare vairagya pradarshanartham cha, to show, to induce vairagya, vairagya pradarshanartham, to induce vairagya in towards samsara. Idamaha, Bhagavan says this. So Bhagavan is stating this shloka for 3 reasons. First of all, to avoid the dosha of akrita abhyagama and krita vipranasha. Akritabhyagama krita vipranasha dosha pariharartham. Another is bandha moksha shastra pravritti safalya pradarshanartham. And the third purpose is vairagya pradarshanartham, to induce vairagya by showing the problem caused by avidyadi klesha. To motivate the person to be free from avidyadi klesha. Idamaha, Bhagavan states this. Bhutagramaha, Bhutasamudayaha, Sthavara Jangama Lakshanaha, Yaha Purvasmin Kalpe Asit, Saha Eva Ayam, Na Anyaha, Bhutva Punaha Aharagami Praliyate Punaha Ratriyagami Annaha Kshaye Avashaha Aswatantraha eva Partha Prabhavati Avashaha eva Aharagami. Bhutagramaha means Bhuta Samudayaha, the collection of jivas, the group of jivas. the aggregate of all jivas. So Bhutagrama means all jivas. Sthavara jangama lakshanaha yaha Bhutagramaha. The Bhutagrama which is characterized by Sthavaras and Jangamas. Yaha Purvasmin Kalpe Asit. The Bhutagrama which existed in the previous Kalpa. Saha eva ayam. The same Bhutagrama. Na anyaha. It is not different. Saha eva ayam. The same Bhutagrama which existed in the previous Kalpa is this Bhutagrama which is there in the present Kalpa. Na anyaha. It is not different. The same Bhutagrama bhutva bhutva punaha, again and again, aharagami, when the day comes, bhutva bhutva, again and again it takes birth, it manifests. And ratriagami, when the night comes, with every night of Brahmadeva, punaha punaha, again and again, praliyate, it resolves. Annaha kshaye, when the day recedes, then the Bhutagrama resolves. Annaha kshaye ratriagame punah punaha praliyate. Avashaha aswatantraha eva, without any freedom. Partha prabhavati avasha eva aharagame. Aharagame, when again the day comes, avashaha eva prabhavati, being helpless, prabhavati, it takes birth, manifests. Thus, everything in the world is anitya. Whatever you become in this world, all the position that we get in this world is anitya. One can become prime minister, chief minister. That is what we generally think of, the highest position. But if we look at the Shastra, there are many more higher positions. One can even get Hiranyagarbha position. Even the Hiranyagarbha position is anitya, temporary. So, then there is something that is permanent, eternal, and Bhagavan is talking about that now. Parastasmato bhavonyo vyakto vyaktat sanatanaha.
Parastasmatu bhavonyo vyakto vyaktat sanatanaha.
Yeah. So, yaha. Okay. Yassa sarveshu bhuteshu
Yassa sarveshu bhuteshu
nashyatsu na vinashyati.
nashyatsu na vinashyati.
Yeah. So, yaha tasmat avyaktat tu paraha anyaha sanatanaha avyaktaha bhavaha saha sarveshu bhuteshu nashyatsu na vinashyati. So, yaha. So there is a truth which is greater than even the avyakta, even the avidya, the maya. So tasmat avyaktat, even greater than the avyakta. Avyakta refers to the maya. So avidya, samashti avidya. So tasmat avyaktattu paraha, paraha and anyaha. So both paraha and anyaha mean different. So here we have to make slight distinction. Paraha means different and anyaha means distinct. It will become clear as we go in the bhashya. So paraha anyaha avyaktaha, and this is also avyakta. Avyakta means not available to senses. Sukshmatvat tadavidneyam. It cannot be objectified. It can also be called avyakta. So it is not available to senses, therefore avyakta. Anindriya gochara. Avyaktaha sanatanaha, and he is eternal, unlike everything else. This truth is eternal. Sanatanaha bhavaha. Bhavaha means existence, substance. Saha, he, sarveshu bhuteshu nashyatsu, even when all the other bhutas dissolve, even when all the other things resolve, na vinashyati, he does not resolve, he does not disappear, does not diminish, does not get destroyed, means nitya. Yat upanyastam aksharam
Yat upanyastam aksharam
tasya
tasya
praptyupayo nirdishtaha
pratyupayo nirdishtaha
ओमित्येकाक्षरं ब्रह्म इत्यादिना
omit ekaksharam brahma ityadina
अथ इदानीम्
atha idanim
अक्षरस्यैव
aksharasya
स्वरूपनिर्दिदिक्षया
swarupa nirdidikshaya
इदमुच्यते
idamuchyate
अनेन योगमार्गेण
anena yoga margena
इदं गन्तव्यमिति
idam gantavyamiti
यत् उपन्यस्तं अक्षरम. So the akshara has been mentioned in the beginning. Yat upanyastam, mentioned. What was mentioned earlier? Aksharam, in the beginning of this chapter somewhere. So aksharam brahma paramam iti, akshara was mentioned. Tasya praptyupayo nirdishtaha, the means to attain the akshara was told later on. Omityekaksharam brahma ityadina. By omityekaksharam brahma ityadi, these verses, the praptyupaya, the way to attain the akshara was told. अथ इदानीं नौ अक्षरस्यैव स्वरूपनिर्दिदिक्षया to with an intention to explain the nature of the akshara. Aksharasya eva swarupanirdidikszaya, with an intention to describe the nature of the akshara, the swarupa of the akshara. Idam uchyate, this is being said. अनेन योगमार्गेण इदं गन्तव्यम् इति. By this yoga marga, by the yoga marga which was mentioned before, Om ityekaksharam brahma vyaharan mamanusmaran ityadi, through the practice of yoga, through the practice of upasana, what one should attain, what is the gantavya, praptavya, it is this. This is the nature of the akshara which an upasaka is going to attain at last, eventually. So, anena yoga margena idam gantavyam iti aksharasya swarupa nirdidikshaya idam uchyate. So, what an upasaka will attain ultimately is nothing but akshara, paramatma, brahman. And now, as the goal of the upasaka, as the ultimate goal of the upasaka, the akshara, the nature of the akshara is being described. So, paraha, so yeah, paraha व्यतिरिक्तः भिन्नः कुतः तस्मात् पूर्वोक्तात् तु शब्दः अक्षरस्य विवक्षितस्य अव्यक्तात् वैलक्षण्य विशेषणार्थः. What is there? That is fine. वैलक्षण्य प्रदर्शनार्थः. प्रदर्शनार्थः is a better reading. So, paraha means vyatiriktaha bhinnaha. Paraha means bhinnaha, different. Vyatiriktaha. Vyatiriktaha and bhinnaha means same, different. So, kutaha, different from what? Tasmat. Tasmat paraha. Tasmat refers to purvoktat, which was mentioned before. Tu shabdah aksharasya vivakshitasya avyaktat vailakshanya visheshanartha. So, tasmat purvoktat, it will connect with avyaktat. The avyakta which was mentioned before. Avyaktat vyaktaya sarvaha iti. There avyakta is mentioned. Avyakta prajapatehe swapavastha, which is nothing but the samashti avidya maya. It was mentioned before. So, tasmat purvoktat paraha. So, tu shabdaha, there is a tu shabda. And what does tu shabda indicate? Tu Shabda indicates the Vailakshanya of the Akshara with respect to what was told before. So, Tu Shabdaha Aksharasya Vivakshitasya, the Akshara which is Vivakshita, the Akshara which is intended to be revealed, Avyaktad Vailakshanya Pradarshanaarthaha. So, Tu Shabda is meant for indicating the Vailakshanya, the distinction of the Akshara from what was mentioned before, the Avyakta. So, what was told before, including Avyakta, they are all time bound, whereas what is going to be told later on is not time bound. It is indicated by Tu Shabda. Bhavaha, Bhavaha, Aksharakhyam Param Brahma.
Aksharakhyam Param Brahma.
Yeah, Bhavaha, Bhavaha refers to the Vastu, the truth, the substance is called Bhava. And it is nothing but Aksharakyam Param Brahma, the Parabrahma which is called Akshara. Vyatiriktatve Satyapi
Vyatiriktatve Satyapi
Salakshanya Prasangaha
Salakshanya Prasangaha
Asti iti
Asti iti
Tadvinivrityartham aha
Tadvinivrityartham aha
Anya iti
Anya iti
Anyaha
Anyaha
Vilakshanaha.
Vilakshanaha.
Yeah. Vyatiriktatve sati. See, now Bhashyakara is explaining the purpose of two words, Paraha and Anyaha. Paraha means different. Now one might ask, even though Brahman is different from Avyakta, will not Brahman have the same characteristics as Avyakta? Same jati, same lakshana? It is possible. Two people are different, but their lakshanas are same. He is also a human being, he is also a human being. Likewise, Avyakta is Brahman is different from Avyakta. Will Brahman also not have the same characteristic as Avyakta? Then Bhashyakara Bhagavan says, it is not similar to Avyakta also. It does not have the same lakshana as Avyakta also. It is distinct in nature as well. So, Vyatiriktatve Satyapi, even though Brahma is Vyatirikta, even though Akshara is Vyatirikta, Salakshanya Prasangaha Asti. There is a possibility of Salakshanya, similarity in nature between Akshara and Avyakta. Iti Tadvinivrityartham, to negate that, to negate the Salakshanya. Aha, Bhagavan says, Anyaha. Anyaha means Vilakshanaha. It is different in nature also. Not only different in nature as well. So, implying that Akshara is not just another parallel reality belonging to the same order as Avyakta. So, Akshara is Satya, Avyakta is Mithya. Akshara is eternal, Avyakta is Anitya. Akshara is Chaitanya, Avyakta is Jada. So, in these ways, Akshara is distinct in nature compared to Avyakta. Sacha Avyaktaha
Sacha Avyaktaha
Anindriyagocharaha
Anindriyagocharaha
Sacha Avyaktaha. So, even for Akshara, Bhagavan uses the word Avyakta. But here we should understand the meaning of Avyakta in a different way. Avyakta means Anindriya Gocharaha. He is Anindriya Gochara. Nirgunatvat. Being Nirguna, he is Anindriya Gochara. So, Parastasmadityuktam
Parastasmadityuktam
Kasmat Punah Paraha
Kasmat Punah Paraha
Purvoktat
Purvoktat
Bhutagrama Bija Bhutat
Bhutagrama Bija Bhutat
Avidyalakshanat
Avidyalakshanat
Avyaktat.
Avyaktat
Parastasmat ityuktam. Bhagavan has said Parastasmat. It is different from that. Kasmat punah paraha. Different from what? Purvoktat. So here Avyaktat. The answer to this is Avyaktat. So what is Avyakta? Purvoktat. The Avyakta which was mentioned before. Before means which shloka? 17. 17th shloka. Yeah, shloka 17. Avyakta 18. Yeah. So, Purvoktat referring to shloka 18. And it is Bhutagrama Bija Bhutat. It is the cause of all the Bhutagrama. All the Bhutagrama in their potential form is Avyakta. All the beings in their potential form is Avyakta. Avidyalakshanat. And this Avyakta is nothing but Avidyalakshana. It is Avidya. It is Samashti Avidya. Sanatanaha Chirantanaha Yassa Bhavaha Sarveshu Bhuteshu Brahmadishu Nashyatsu Na Vinashyati. Sanatanaha means Chirantanaha. So, Sayam Chiram Pranhe Prage Avyayebhyaha Tyutyulau Tuttacha. There is a sutra. So, Sayam Chiram Pranhe Prage Avyayebhyaha Tyutyulau Tuttacha. That is how Sanatanaha and Chirantanaha, these two words are derived. So, Sanatanaha means Chirantanaha, eternal. Yassa Bhavaha Sarveshu Bhuteshu Brahmadishu Sarveshu Bhuteshu. All the beings, including Brahmadeva, including Hiranyagarbha, Nashyatsu, even when they perish, Na Vinashyati. The Brahman, Paramatma, does not perish, does not dissolve. He is eternal, Nasharahita. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम।